With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Crosby on now to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first carry for the Hall of Famer, Marcus Allen. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
From the 44, Luck completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Check out. 675. Pick it up. Shit.
On first down, Allen. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Caught left side. It's Beckham. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who were blocking for him? They had to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll run on first down. Allen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Allen. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. On 3rd down. It's Allen. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it 1st and 10. And a huge play that time. 59 yards for him on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Mayfield, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down, it's Jackson, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and
blitz coming, and down he goes. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Allen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. From the 22, Luck over the middle to Beckham. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. From the red zone now, Luck. His throw at about the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. They'll run. This is Allen. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Marcus Allen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll start here with Jackson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mayfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is a modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mayfield flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Lions will take over.
Check out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Love. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now a first down throw. Luck. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be able to.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mayfield looks to throw, and the pressure gets to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The throw over the middle, taken in, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Here's Mayfield. Over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone.
Tries for Rice, intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And to the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium. And his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Check out. Line 40. 12. 61. Match.
Luck on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards as they come up first and 10. Now a carry for Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Here's Allen. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, Mexico.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Luck. Allen here on the screen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marcus Allen taking it in. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80%.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Mayfield to throw it. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the draw, here's Jackson. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. A first down throw from Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and a mile. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlepp Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
A big play there for Detroit. 58 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He'll get it up the middle, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by one more. Oh, did the Lions get it? Yes, they recover. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Right back to him on first down. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Marcus Allen, 42 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They start the drive with a give to Allen. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They stay on the ground with Allen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lutz now to kick this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready. Get ready. Set. 180. Double time. Four down.
Toss play to Jackson. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's going to... Another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line.
Complete to Alshon Jeffrey. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check Mike 57.
They run on first down with Jackson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 36, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. On first down, Jackson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Crystal, travel. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
They go play action. Mayfield steps away. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jordan Reed there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side. Went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
180. I'll be about to rest because I'm about to take you to school.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Mayfield now. And it's caught. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Goes up how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Anthony Barr. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking downfield for Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up, and I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Following the interception, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On second down now, it's Jackson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On third down, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. It's a foot race. 30, 20, touchdown. Jerry Rice, 70 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Yes, indeed. Jerry Rice, he was trying to get the catch on. As it turned out, he didn't need a nickname. 197 receiving touchdowns in the NFL. Added on 10 rushing, and even had a fumble recovery for a total of 208 in his career.
By far the most all-purpose touchdowns in league history. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. Now a hit and a loose football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
180. Check.
They'll run on first down. Jackson, he's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 16-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Right there, 54.
On the carry, it's Jackson. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Mayfield, and the throw there going to be incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Mayfield on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
That is caught at the 7. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Zach Ertz there to make the grab as they are able to cut into that lead.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield completes it to Dixon. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So that one will be accepted.
Come on, fellas.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. Ertz has it left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes and try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. 4th down, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, really the first round, it was pretty defensively minded. But there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they look pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
On 1st down, Jackson. Past the 20. There he goes, left side. Touchdown. A great effort there. 42 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 11 yards there, 1st down. Mayfield now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check back, check back.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. The intended receiver there, Allen.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll run on first down. Jackson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a game.